Oh, good morning, Tanya. Hi, Sharon. Hello, Zamita Joe. Hi, Carolyn. Hey, Buttercup. Good morning. Good morning, V. I hope you're doing well, sweetheart. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, definitely keep tapping the screen. It makes everybody come in. Oh, that is so pretty, Kiki. Yes, so tap the screen. It makes everybody come in. Good morning, Black. Let me wet my whistle. There's quite a bit to go over. Good morning. I'm already loving the energy of everybody coming in the room. That's what's up. Good morning, good morning, good morning. There is so much going on. I mean, so much going on right now. And it is absolutely positive. I think I need to go to the ENT to have my ears checked because I keep playing with my ears like a kid. I hope I'm not going to say it because I don't want it, but I need to have my ears checked. I can hear, but they're beginning to irritate me, and I need to do something with that. Good morning, Steph. Hey, Nicole. Hey, Henny. Thank you. Thank you guys for the screen taps and the gifts. So let's go ahead and let's just jump into it. Um, Everybody knows that I'm a nurse. Everybody knows I'm a psych nurse. So something that nurses tend to do, and we get teased about it a lot, is we assess everything and we assess everybody. So I'm gonna just tell you this and keep it gangster with you. If you ever talking to a nurse, just know they're sizing you up from head to toe, going through everything through their head. Well, that's me on the psych and mental tip. I'm always assessing people in terms of checking the pulse, feeling the room. So when it came to the announcement of Coach Todd, the changes with AB, quite naturally, this last 10 months, of course, I was watching Shador like everybody else, but I was watching Shador paying attention to his physiological and his psychological because understanding different things affect your body differently and it will cause you to perform or go through your everyday life however. Okay, so that's the backstory to that. So whenever I'm watching Shador and Shiloh on film, whenever they're doing their lives or whatever, I'll go back and watch it. Now I'll watch it, of course, like everybody else do, and I'm cracking up laughing and da 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 da. But I'm gonna go back and watch it because I'm looking for telltale things that check it off for me that say everything is everything. And I know in a couple of lives before, I said to you guys that initially I was kind of concerned about Shador's mental capacity because it's a lot. I mean, it was so much stuff that he was going through, compounded with finding out about his dad moving away, and it's only him and his mom in Cleveland. There were so many different things. And then the pressure of the media and what was going on at practice and training camp, and then the start of the season. So there were things that I was constantly looking for and watching because the whole point of me becoming a psych nurse is not to fix something after it happens. I want to teach preventative mental health maintenance so that we can stay on top of things for ourselves and continue to function. Life does life sometimes, but this cycle of allowing everyday life traumas and situations to fully capacitate our worlds to the point where we are emotionally and psychologically paralyzed, I want to change that. So, another backstory. Stay with me, y'all. It does get to football, I promise. So, with the announcement of Coach Todd, Of course, all of us, good morning, Connect. All of us, our biggest concern was whoever is going to come in, are they going to do right by him? Are they going to do right by 12? Is he finally going to get an opportunity to get developed? Is he going to have an opportunity to really get to play to the full potential? And then we all were talking, good morning, living life. We were all talking about the potential candidates, what that meant. Then we saw the clip with Coach Todd, Andrew Berry, and Shador. And I know myself, along with so many other people's, hello, Coastal Peach, that we were relieved. We were relieved because one, it was evident Coach Todd's love language is affection too. He likes to hug, he likes to touch, he likes to talk, he likes to laugh. And it just made us very comfortable knowing this is how Shador moves. So finally, he has a coach, one, that wants him, two, has the same love language as him, three, is ready to get in and get started. Okay, Stephanie, that part right there. But that's what we were saying. They're going to build a program around him. And I'm so glad that Andrew Berry understood in building a program around him, bringing in the people who are going to support and help bring more of the best out of him. But definitely have to be somebody who is in the same energy and same time. So that was a relief. And it was like, okay, cool. Everything is going to be everything. We're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. Now, when I watched and I went back, hey, Miranda, what's up, Cupcake Queen? When I went back and I watched the Twitch video that Shiloh had uploaded with all of the footage with him and Shador, there were some things that Shador said. And Shador is extremely honest. He always tells you the truth. He will tell you exactly what he's thinking and how he is thinking about things. Yes, he does, Coastal. And Coach Todd is definitely going to get a fair shake. So he said this one thing where he was laughing with his brother. And he said that sometimes I just have to be quiet because my thoughts are so loud, I don't know if I'm thinking it or if I'm saying it. So I just be quiet because you got to be careful about that. And that gave me pause. I literally paused the video and I paused the video on that because do you understand the magnitude of what he told us? The idea that you have to turn down the volume on your thought process because you, what you thinking and what might come out your mouth, that means he is completely aware of how everything he says and does, um, everything that he says and does, it is being put in a microscopic perspective. It's dissected, it's reconstructed, it's never the truth, it's taken out of context. But the idea this last 10 months, he has had to move in a manner that is unlike himself. He was unable to freely communicate and express himself. He was always having to protect and guard and watch what he said as well as what he thought. Because let's be very clear, whatever your mind is thinking, your body is following it. So our baby was literally living in a duality for the last 10 months. And the idea that he was able to orchestrate and navigate through that, y'all don't hear me though. See, what happens is when people can't control that or they don't have the fortitude to navigate through that, then they end up coming to see me because they will snap. Because that's a whole lot going on in here. So there was that. Then he said, um, the entire time he's on film with his brother, what I love about their relationship Shiloh is the big brother, Shador is the baby brother, and they like their positions. And I'm going to tell you why I say they like their positions. Because no matter the amount of time that they are away from each other, if you ever notice when all of the Sanders children are together, they align in the order that they are born chronologically, and they respect each other in that manner. When they are all together, they all respect Deandra as the oldest. The younger boys respect Bucky as the big brother. Shador is the baby brother. So, in respecting that hierarchy, when Shador is with his siblings, he is safe. He is comfortable. He lets his guard down. He is able to be himself. And he was being his regular, jovial, excited, giddy self. So much to the fact that Shiloh even said, and you want to know something? It did hurt Coastal to know that our baby had to juggle himself mentally like that. It did. I didn't like that at all. Shador is so comfortable and wrapped up in being himself in that moment that Shiloh told him, yo, slow down. You're moving too fast. You're moving too fast. And in that moment, you could see, and then here's the key: when Shador is redirected by any of his older siblings, he may joke a little bit or whatever, but he listens to everything that they tell him. What that tells me is trust and security with his siblings is here, is here, which is why, unlike a lot of people, when it's downtime, Shador flocks to his family. That's his recharge. That is his core, whether it's his mom, his sisters, or his brothers, or his dad. That is his core. And he listens to them and he trusts them. But when they were in Paris, it is freezing to be a joke. When they were in Paris, he took off like typical baby brothers do. And he went to my YouTube channel is the same as my uh TikTok. Thank you, Stephanie. Is at Psych Nurse Diva. So he takes off, he goes to the cake shop. Shiloh is like, where did Shador go? And he goes in there. Shador buys himself a whole mini cake. And then he walks down the middle of the street. Now, this wasn't just about some tourists. This was about Shador exercising his free will. And oftentimes we take that for granted. We're so accustomed to moving in the moment of we got to get on the grind, we got to work, we got stuff to do, that we don't realize that we forfeit a lot of our free will. And in that moment, Shador was enjoying he is with his big brother. Everything is everything. There's nothing to worry about. I don't have to think about work. I don't have to think about what's going on back in the States. My dad is healthy. Everything is good. My sister and my nephew are good. Season is over. I can breathe. Because the other thing that people never ever talk about is with him being the baby brother, but him being the center of attention, no one ever asked him about these regular things that matter, the stuff that we get to process on a daily basis. His sister just went through a very medically, emotionally, and traumatic pregnancy and postpartum period. He doesn't have any kids and he's the little brother, but he's watching his big sister go through all of that. No one ever asked him, how did that make him feel? His sister went through a very public breakup. Shador has been a part of breakups. Did anybody ever ask him, how did that trigger him? What did that make him feel? But this is his sister that's going through that. His brother going through this ongoing lawsuit since he was 15 years old. He's in Cleveland, he's playing. He can't really get engaged in any of that. And all of this is going on while he's juggling what he's going through. His dad has a new relationship. His dad is rebounding from healthcare scare. there are just so many things. So as a psych nurse, I'm watching him and I'm looking to see the signs that he's processing and he's releasing, because that's what's necessary to get through those types of things. And I know oftentimes we don't talk about things that way, but it is very evident that if we don't, it goes in the opposite direction. But back to Shador. So Shador buys this strawberry cake and he's walking down the middle of the street and he looks to his brother and he says, "You want to know what? You know how long it's been that I was able to do what I wanted to do, eat what I wanted to eat, not have to worry about a diet, not have to worry about routine, just." And Shiloh asked him something about the NFL or whatever, and he said, "I don't want to talk about that." And Shiloh switched with the greatest of ease. And so I'm looking and I'm like, okay, he's processing. He's processing. This is his moment to release and have some fun with his brother. And the beautiful thing about Shiloh is, even though Shiloh is a troll master and he's a jokester, he can understand. He knows his baby brother enough to know when he's playing and when he's really letting loose, and he's the supportive shoulder or ear. Now, some people will say to me, "Oh, you was reading too much into that." But no, I was not, because we've seen what happens with professional athletes, professional performing artists, celebrities, when they are put in these positions and they are not permitted, nor do they have this type of support system that Shador has. Because how many times have we heard Bucky say, "My dad told me to get on a plane and go see my brother"? Not that he talked to him, not that he um is nervous something is going to happen to him, but he knows, because that cipher of kinetic energy that is between, hey, that is between him and his children, he knows, okay, I need you here filming, but your baby brother really needs you there. He needs some energy there with him. And his mom is there too. But that's a lot for Miss Pilar, you know? She's there with him. It's just the two of them, you know? And so watching him walk through Paris, and he's laughing and he's joking. And even when he was interacting with fans as they came in, "Hey, beautiful," even thank you, even when he came into um interaction with the fans, even that was the old Shador. Because one of the things about Shador, when he engages his fans, it's very conversational, it's very natural. He'll laugh and joke, he'll give you a moment, and then it's like, all right, we pound up and then we walk away. The young man was asking him about what he had on, because Shiloh asked him what was he doing since he had a camera, and he said, "Well, I just like to film people in their outfits, and then they tell me about their outfits." Now, I knew Shiloh was good to go; he was going to be able to run it down. But what Shiloh did is he turned that moment to his brother. He turned that moment to his brother, and Shador. I love that little Scooby Doo effect of infectious giggle he has. He laughs a little bit and he just says, "You know what? This is me. I'm off. This is what it is. This is what it is." And so other people will say, "Oh, he wasn't dressed right. He wasn't he wasn't ready for it." And I'm going to tell you, no. Shiloh came to Cleveland and Shador told us the only people he will talk to on camera are his brothers, the keepers of the receipts. Yeah, he doesn't trust he doesn't trust outside his circle. He has seen what they have done to him this entire time, and that let me know that he is extremely cognizant of what's going on around him. And he meant what he said, because the entire time Shiloh is live on his On his Twitch channel, he's talking, and da, da, as soon as somebody came up to him with a camera trying to record or videotape, whoop, he is so sharp and so smart. He understands that any and everything about him can be dissected and misconstrued, and he does not trust anyone outside of Deion Sanders Jr. and Shiloh Sanders to do that for him. And I was like, okay, okay. No, he's not going to sign anything because he knows the rules. And those people in those endorsement brand deals, they have expressed to him specifically, you can't sign anything. Your signature is ink gold. We don't sign anything you don't get paid for. And rightfully so. So after that, and here's the thing, Shiloh peeped the game when Shador was not trying to get filmed by homeboy. And he wasn't rude about it. He just said, "This is me." No, sweetheart, that was a hypothetical. Because of because of Shador's deals with Nike, Gatorade, his logo and his signature are are brands themselves. So he can't just sign on anything. That whole thing about prime equity was a hypothetical explanation of how Shador coming to the NFL was going to change how other athletes come into the NFL because he was already coming into the NFL an established brand. It wasn't like other folks, they got to come and then people pick them up. He came with powerhouses attached to him. So that would change how he gets paid, how people are able to use his name and his likeness. Even the NFL, you know, you notice that it's very limiting when he's signing things. He did it during the season while he was playing, but you won't catch him on the street just signing. Mm-mm. The other thing is, people and AI is very slick. You do not want to be signing anything and have somebody go feed it to their computer and duplicate it and then create a false contract or worse, something else with your name on it. So unless it goes through his legal team and his brand deals who have put that in his clauses, he's not signing anything. And I love that about him. He knows the rules backwards and forwards. So then the last thing that I checked out is they're in the car and they're talking. And aside from the fact of making sure that his mental is where it needs to be, the other thing, hold on, boo. Let me see. The other thing that I peeped was hmm, if you didn't know, black is the Sanders color, often accented with red. Well, rightfully so, because Coach Prime was in Atlanta Falcons. That was his first team. So there's that. Well, they're in the car and they're talking, and Shiloh is asking him about, his fashion and da da da. And he's like, you just can't keep showing up in just black all the time. You gotta have some color. Now, what that let me know is our baby is growing up. he is he's still part of the Sanders Five, but he is now beginning to look and create his own identity. I kind of peeped it when Bucky let us see his house, and if you didn't notice that all of their spaces often have lots of black in it, and Shador's new space is very open and airy and bright, lots of nudes and neutral tones, and he's got art in the house, and is very expressive about his personality. And it fit him because he's very vibrant and animated. And not that he was saying that wearing black was not his thing. He just said every now and then you got to have some color to it. So to sum all of that up, I was very glad after I watched it the second time, looking for those Easter eggs, that his engagement with his brother was a moment for him to release and be really honest about things he was feeling and thinking, as well as letting us know that psychologically he is sound, he's on top of things, he is very much aware, and he has created a method and system in order to juggle it so as to not have things collide or to duplicate mistakes that he may have come across initially. So, on a report card, I'm going to say that nephew is holding a strong A in the department of fortitude and processing and releasing. Whatever system it is he has in place, he is managing himself well. He is giving himself moments to release. He has set up his boundaries, and those boundaries do not exceed his family. If you're not his mama, his daddy, or his siblings, you cool, but you ain't that cool. And I love that about him. I love that about him. It makes me feel comfortable that knowing him going into this 2026 season as things are about to expand and he is about to be catapulted into a higher plateau, that mentally he is ready and he is going to be able to handle it and process it. I'm very glad to know that Andrew Barry is putting the right people around him to protect him on the field, as well as protect and navigate his developmental stage, because that was the one block that was missing for him during his transition from the collegiate to the NFL. He didn't get any development. He pretty much had to piece it together himself, check in with his dad, check in with his brothers, watch film, stay late, come early, ask vets questions. There was not a whole lot of direct one-on-one with coaching development. And I don't give a damn what they telling us about he's always in the office. I can go sit in the office with the DON and she'll never tell me a thing about how to perform better on the floor. I was just in her office. The optics and the aesthetics looks like, oh my God, Diva is in there with the DON. She's really going after it. And it don't mean anything. We was both in the same room at the same time, period. So there's that. Kevin Stefanski could not even say that boy's name. Do you know the level of disrespect that is? You can't even say his name. You never once gave reverence or reference to his contributions in that locker room or to the team. You allowed people to attack and try to dismantle your rookie quarterback instead of protecting, defending, and drawing a line in the sand and letting people know. Now, fast forward to 4 days ago, Coach Todd came in the building and let you know loud and clear. He let you know loud and clear. So going forward, it's going to be a problem for people like Tony Grassi, Mary Kay Cabot, them clowns over there at the Ultimate Cleveland Clown Show. Y'all going to have to find something else to talk about because Coach Todd will not have it. Coach Todd is not going to have it. And if you are still participating in that toxic regime mindset, your days are numbered. Andrew Barry has peeped it, and your days are numbered. Now, here, let me take a sip because the library is about to open on the haters. Coastal Peach, you a trip. You said, yeah. Okay, so here's T. Remember all those people that were so angry about Shador going to the Pro Bowl? I love Miles Garrett. He's the bomb. A bookmark, and we'll revisit Miles Garrett in a minute. Let's get this library opened on the haters. So remember, everybody was in an uproar that Shador was going to the Pro Bowl, and well, they were really ticked off when Shador even got on the ballot. But then he gets on the ballot. He's now in the top 10 in terms of the athletes that are being voted for. So Drake May can't go because he's in the Super Bowl. Congratulations, Drake. Job well done. Our boy will be there soon to join you in that club. So now Shador is going to the Pro Bowl. Now they double mad. Huh. Haters, come to the front, please. Me, 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 me. Dion Lewin Sanders. And I quote him, I'll cry for you before I lie to you, which means he is always coming with the tea and the receipts. So, for all of you people that were trying to say that Shador, thank you, Coastal, was trying to say that, Shador is a Nepo baby. Shador, they just want Shador because of he sells jerseys and he gets people to watch. Well, that's not a lie. He does. Everybody does tune in when he come. And anything with 12 on it, everybody is buying it. So those are facts. Thank you for those. Um, but here is the tea. Because remember when I said, if you like your football player like that, you should vote for them. Go vote. Go vote. The aunties, uncles, and cousins understood the assignment. Say what you say, and I tried to tell y'all how this went. Folks is minding their business. Ding, text message comes through. What? Shador's in the Pro Bowl? Next thing you know, we on a three-way call. Girl, Shador's on the Pro Bowl. Get over there and vote. I don't know how to do it. I'll send you the link. Okay, girl, I'll talk to you after lunch. Click. Oh, we got busy. We got real busy. We called somebody that called somebody that called somebody. And then we circled back again and got online and said, I need you to go over there and vote. Vote as many times as you can. If somebody said it ain't working, log out and log back in, but get your vote in. I mean, we were some vote maniacs. Yes, we were. Because our baby was on the ballot. Our baby was on the ballot, and so was LeJohntay. Let's go. Go get him. Go get him. Go in there and vote for Shador. Go in there and vote for LeJohntay. Hmm. Now, that's what you do when you're excited about your people because we love him. We love our nephews. And what if you put them on the back of a peppermint patty? Everybody and their mama is going in there to buy that bag of peppermint patties. I know it sounds ignorant, but I'm keeping it 100 because that's what we do. Okay? So there's that. But if you happen to be watching, we got time today. Coach Prime is always on there dropping gems because remember, he's a two-time Super Bowl champion. He's played for several of the professional teams, and he's a three-time Hall of Famer. So there's that. His credentials are long, and when he talks about football, you should listen. So Roxy asked him, haters, I hope you're sitting front and center because I'm about to give you some tea. Don't drop your stuff when I tell you this one because it's going to. So, anyway, Roxy is like, so Prime, how do you feel about Shador being in the Pro Bowl? And of course, his eyes lit up. And he's like, well, I just want to say this. I just want to say this that I, Shador got one on me because Shador made it his rookie year. I didn't get to go until my third year. I love the way this man big ups his kids. He is their biggest cheerleader. I love it. I love it. The between Prime, Miss Carolyn, and Miss Pilar, those parents love those children. Okay, they just stand an ovation for the kids all the time. So there's that. I digress. So she said, "Yeah, well, they've been a lot of talk," and he said, "Yeah, well, that's because people don't really understand how the process works." Now, this is where we have to blow the heads off of the haters. He said, this is how it works. Yeah, the fans get to vote, but it's really based on your coaches and other NFL players. They do count the fans' votes, but it's like 40-40-20. Let me say it again for everybody in the mezzanine seats. Coaches 40, other NFL players 40, fans 20. Haters, I don't know how they do math in Haterville, but here in reality, that math says to me that along with the internet aunties, uncles, and cousins, it was a lot of coaches and other NFL players that felt like Shador is the bee's knees. Hmm. Well, well, huh, imagine that. My God, today. Oh, you haters. You thought it was just the internet aunties, uncles, and cousins. We only had two dimes in that batch. We didn't even really, I mean, it was a lot of us that voted, don't get it twisted, but I mean, whew. So, allow me to open the door. Since you guys love talking about the NFL draft of 2025, and you like to mention how people don't really care for Shador Sanders, how Shador Sanders is really not a talented quarterback that we say he is, and he says he is. So let's walk that back. Huh. I remember we were telling y'all there was no such thing as a bad interview. Someone made that up. That's a lie. Huh? Yeah. But y'all ran with that. Then you ran with the fact that he went to HBCU. Yes, he did. Captain Obvious. He also went to a power school too. He also flipped two programs, took them from ground zero and made them winning programs. There's that too. But y'all don't like to talk about that. You only like to talk about 13-12. You do forget he played 4 years of college football. So apparently, I'm going to do my Denzel lips. Apparently, it's a whole lot of people that was lying. But we ain't going to hold you because when the cameras weren't rolling and ballots were put in people's hands, they were permitted to give their truth. And their truth said, Shador Sanders belongs here. Now, don't get it twisted, okay? Yeah, the Denzel risk. Don't get it twisted. Because Roger Goodell is not a slow coach. He also pays attention and he does know wherever Shador Sanders is, there is cameras everywhere, and the internet aunties, uncles, and cousins are definitely going to follow, whether they put themselves in seats in the building or they turn on their televisions and they're watching live. So I don't doubt for a second he was sitting in his executive seat saying, please vote for him, please vote for him, please vote for him. But there was no need for any of that because while you haters were out here on the internets spewing your venom and your vitriol, vets and other players alike across the league unanimously said, we like the kid. He deserves to come. That was 4 dimes. That was 4 dimes. 40. 40. Now, here is the coup de grace. So, Kevin Stefanski is in Cleveland acting a pure monkey, showing the pinkest parts of his hinds. Yes, acting a complete moronic ass. Yes, howsomever, In the batch of 31 other coaches, enough of them made up 40% because they too said, yeah, the kids should go. The kids should go. And mind you, he only played 8.5 games. So let's go ahead and run through all of the um, myths that you all have created on the internet. Don't worry, I'm gonna count them all for you. Okay. So, um, one, it was not true that all 32 teams did not want him. First and foremost, you twits, all 32 teams didn't need a quarterback. So there's that. Okay. Second, he's not ever interviewed poorly. He has not ever showed up and not understood a playbook. He has never not been prepared. We have 10 months of a lot of receipts. YouTube is free unless you do YouTube Premium, but Google is free. Just, you don't have to take my word for it. The next thing is his Glazers, his cult. We only got 2 dimes out of the whole voting process. So, yeah, we were active and engaged, but it was really the coaches and the other players in the league that took baby boy over. Yeah. Oh, let me press pause. Saladin, please share with me, what am I not right about, love? Good morning. I'll wait. Go ahead and tell me. Which part am I not right about? Yoo-hoo. Saladin, where are you? What part am I not right about, sweetheart? No. Okay. You just wanted an internet hug. You wanted some attention. That's what you want. You wanted some attention. Okay, as I was. So now, now we have gone full circle. Okay. We have had 10 months of all of you guys utter foolishness, farkle, narkle, bull, dookie, and now a new day is here. So, internet uncles, aunties, and cousins, now that you understand the Pro Bowl process, there's no need to argue with these twits. We understand the legitimacy of Shador being at the Pro Bowl, and that's really all that matters. Our baby's peace has been protected. His mental health is intact. He has the fortitude. He has spent time with his family. He is recharged. He is ready. He is at Pro Bowl now, probably going and watching his big brothers. Miles and them were playing dodgeball yesterday. Miles Garrett is a beast in everything he does. My God. He got hops on a basketball court. He can play the hell out of some dodgeball. Yeah, so he's at Pro Bowl enjoying Pro Bowl week. Baby got his head did, got his skull pulled all the way back. That fade line and taper is fire. Did you see the hang time? Them braids about to be on his back. You see the hang time? That baby's hair is growing. Oh my God, today. Good morning, Marvin. So there's that. 40, 40, 20. Imagine that. But I'm not surprised. And I'm going to tell you why. Because the demographic of people who make those comments, they are really very uneducated and ignorant. They don't do regular research in their own life. So why would you think they would know and vet information that they get? They just hear something from someone and run with it. No, I didn't get a chance to order it last night, but it's on my list of things to do. So there is that. There is a new day. There is a new day. Hermaine, I really do think the conversation is going to come up. And I'm going to say this to everybody. And mind you, this is just my take on it. But this is my take as someone who's been in a similar situation as Shiloh. Shiloh is a wonderkin. Wunderkind. Shiloh is a wonderkin. Wonderkins are gifted humans that pretty much everything they touch, they're able to do masterfully. I don't doubt for a second that Shiloh doesn't want to play football because he's always played football with his brother. And this probably feels very un unnatural that they're not playing, that they're not both playing football and especially not playing together. But here's the tea: you can be good at a lot of things. I mean, you can really be good at a lot of things. Are those the things that you should be doing? Hmm, maybe not. Maybe so. But only God and life will show you that. Do I think that people had hands in how Shiloh's journey went? Not necessarily as hands on as what was attempted with his brother, but there were some things that definitely could have been different about Shiloh's exit. I'll say that. Now, only God knows the direction that Shiloh's world is going in. It would be amazing to see Shiloh and Shador on the same team again. That would just be absolute gold. But I understand this. Shiloh is so gifted at so many things that he does that playing football is just another one of those things. Shiloh is very intelligent as far as academics go. He's really very smart. He is also very musically gifted. As you can see, he can act and he has a stage presence and he can model. So there's so many things that Shiloh can do. And the beautiful thing about this time that he's had away from his brother is that each of them have had an opportunity to become individuals. People now look at Shiloh as Shiloh Sanders, and they look at Shador as Shador Sanders. There's no longer this Shiloh and Shador Sanders like they're joined at the hip. Everyone is able to see the infinite gifts that they each hold. And I love that for them. Of course, I would love to see him playing football. He's an exceptional football player. I love his grit. I love his hunger. I love the dog in him when he's on the field. But everything has either a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And I don't know if football is that for him. Selfish auntie in me says, I would love to see him. But if that's not for him, whatever it is he's going to do or he is doing, the same excitement and support and encouragement I've had for him on the football team, I have for it in whatever else he does. And that part right there, Nicole, he is very much okay with it. Yeah, Moni, it's deep. So, I'm sharing that with everyone so that we can stay open. And if Shiloh doesn't ever get back on the football field, let's not be angry about it. Shiloh was able to do some things that people wish in a lifetime they could do. He actually was on a professional football team. He got to play, and then he got cut. So he's been in the club while other people were standing outside trying to figure out how to get in. And he was able to spin from that and begin a very successful and engaging streaming platform. He is negotiated um, endorsement brand deals. He's working with agents in terms of getting in front of the camera and acting some more. He's wanting to do some schooling to perfect that craft. So, Shiloh is going to be all right. But I'm certain that knowing Shador, he mentioned it. He mentioned it. So, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Um, I can't lie to you. I love tuning into his streaming content. It is gold. Like he is so authentic and honest, and he is so very comfortable in his own skin. And I love how it is given him the freedom. He's able to move around. You know, for a long time, Shiloh was the kid we only saw at practice and the games because he was so focused on what it was he was doing. But now he has found something that permits him to move around. I absolutely loved the time he spent with his big sister and his nephew. He didn't get to used to do that. He wasn't able to go to Atlanta and hang out with Deandra. He was always in Colorado playing. So, you know, he now has a home, and his brothers have come and been able to stay. You know, they are now establishing themselves as independent young adults, and they are establishing themselves as individual siblings of the Sanders family. And we're now beginning to really get to see them in their own light. Whereas before, it was the Sanders kids, and we love to see them all together. And now we get to see and appreciate all of the gifts that all of them hold, you know? So I think it's a beautiful thing. No, Tony, Shiloh is not ready to watch Snow by himself. Deandra would kill him. Even the internet aunties was just like, Shiloh, that's not what we do in public, sir. We just don't let the baby. No, 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 no. No, the napkins. He cannot just have the napkins, Shiloh. But what's so cute is Shiloh sees so much of himself in Snow that he's very excited about hanging out with his nephew, if for no other reason they can both be headaches to everybody else in the family. Because Snow is just as adorable and cute and handsome as he wanna be, and he has his own little attitude. He is the most confident little baby, and looking at him and Shiloh together, I see why Deandra was like, no. Mm-mm. No, my hands are full with one Snow. I don't need a big Snow encouraging this foolishness." But remember what Shiloh said when Snow was first born. He was like, "No, I'm not buying him no gift. He too little. He gonna even remember that. I want to hang out with him so he knows who I am and be able to really appreciate it." Like these kids are so honest. They tell you everything you want to know, and they don't lie. They tell you exactly what they want you to know. And he kept his word and he hung out with his sister. Um, and that same biological hierarchy I was talking about is Shiloh was talking to his older sister and he's listening to her. You know, they're talking about relationships and having kids, and which lets me know that Shiloh is beginning to think about, now that he's getting a little older, he's beginning to think about marriage and he's thinking about kids. And I thought it was cute, and really cool that he trusted his big sister to have that conversation, because a lot of young men won't. They don't talk about their feelings and they don't talk about, well, what do you think about this, that, and the other? That's something they talk about with their fellas or one of the uncles. But the fact that they do trust and love their older sister and they feel comfortable in talking to her about things. Um, Being the oldest, I can tell you that the oldest child is the trial and error kid. Parents don't have a book with the first baby. You just kind of figure it out. You try and you hope that you hit the mark. And if you don't hit the mark, you hope what you did wasn't so bad you can't bounce back from it. Once you have baby number two, you got a little bit of experience under your belt. You kind of remember, okay, we're not going to do that. By the time you have number three, four, or five, in Coach Prime's case, um, there's people that are older than those children who are able to facilitate spending time talking. If you remember back in the shows, Bucky and Deandra were in college, and when their younger siblings were in middle school, and so when it came time to like go to the skating rink and stuff, Deandra took her little brothers to the skating rink, or Bucky was talking to Shiloh about girls and what he wanted to do. So I'm not at all surprised about how they move in their relationships. I am excited about it. Shiloh is about to be 26 and Shador is about to be 24. Yeah, they're 2 years apart and 10 and 9 years younger than Bucky and Deandra. Yeah. So there's a nice little age gap between the two oldest one and the three baby ones. But I just love the way that they engage each other. And n- if the bond, if there was a time that it was very necessary, it was definitely this last 10 months. Deandra was on Reginae Carter's podcast and she was talking to her about how that made them feel watching their baby brother go through that, watching him go through what he's going through now. And they can't really say, what they want to say. They can't really respond and react. Even in conversations, with Shador's mom, when Miss Pilar has, text and talked to me, the first thing out her mouth is, I can't really say what I want to say, but I thank you guys for being the voice and speaking to the things I really want to, but I can't. I can't imagine as a mom or a sibling having to muzzle myself because what is wrong was what I'm watching happen to my loved one is wrong. But if I say the wrong thing, it'll just make it worse. So I got to just be quiet. That sucks. So now there's going to be some difference. There is going to be some difference and I am excited about it. So that was my trope on watching Shador from the psychiatric nurse perspective. Um and I don't just do that with Shador. I watched, I paid attention to Angel, especially when I could see that there were starting to be cracks. Um and when I watched her break down at that press conference, that let me know that she had been pushing and putting stuff in that little box we put stuff in the back of our brains and just be like, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay, till you're not okay. And it wasn't until her teammate was sitting next to her at that press conference and she called everybody out in defense and protection of Angel. And Angel just at that moment she let it out. She had to cry. Y'all keep talking about this new profile pic. On what page? His Instagram page or his TikTok page? No, Miles ain't said nothing about getting traded. They bringing up some old stuff from last year. I can't stand that little boy. I can't stand that little boy. I just went. I just went to his page. You better come through, baby boy. What you say? You got receipts. Oh, that picture is saying a whole lot. Oh, hell yeah, he back. Oh, hell yeah, he back. Oh, that boy. Mm. Let me tell y'all something. It's been a long time since I had a favorite NFL team or favorite NFL player. But let me tell you something. You will catch tsunamis, monsoons, tornadoes, hurricanes, and the pits of lava hell playing with me behind Shador Sanders. Because baby, oh my God. Shador, go to his Instagram page and look at his profile pic. Shador is a fool. He is his daddy's son. Yes, he is. He is his daddy's son. Oh yeah. I'm feeling real Miss Sophia like right now. All right. Shador Sanders is back now. Everything gonna be right as rain. Everybody, yes, it's gonna be right as rain. Coach Todd is in the building. Coach Todd is in the building. Now, um, I did see the article from one of the Cleveland journalists about Dylan Gabriel. Hold on a moment. So, yeah, he do. That picture says everything without saying a word. And now that y'all asked me about it, I remember somebody saying that once he met with Coach Todd, that's when he changed it. So there's that. Um, but back to fun size. Dylan, we tried to tell you months ago, son. We tried to tell you months ago before that concussion. Play like the Amityville horror and get out. We tried to tell you. Now they talking about cutting and trading you, son. And here's the tea. If you was really Kevin Stefanski's boy, like he was trying to make you be here in Cleveland, same way he came and got Tommy Reese, he'd have sent for you too. Which further confirms that part right there, V. which further confirms that it was never about Dylan Gabriel. It was just about anti Shador. Let me say it again for the people in the mezzanine seats dumping popcorn on our heads downstairs. It was never about Dylan Gabriel. It was always about anti Shador Sanders. So now you, so now you are hanging in rookie purgatory. I told you to get rid of Jimmy Sexton as your agent. Well, actually, Nicole, he's neither. He's not competing, nor is he entertaining. Because haters are going to spin things. Why is everybody just talking about Shador Sanders? Well, why shouldn't we be? Because football is a sport of competition. The strongest, the best are on the field, and everybody else got to keep working at it till they can get back out there. Now, let's be very clear. Coach Todd's reception of Shador is not a slam against anybody else. But everybody knows that Coach Todd been wanting to coach Shador since Shador was in high school. That don't have anything to do with Prime. That don't have anything to do with the jewelry. That don't have anything to do with the cars. See, all of that stuff people were saying about what he can't do. Coach Todd said, the devil is a lie. That boy been doing a lot of can't since high school, and I want some of it. Thank you, Miss Susie. So before the pundits and everybody, remember Diva said it right here on February 1st, okay? As a matter of fact, happy Black 365. But the colonizers only want to acknowledge it for 28 days month. Yeah, right on. Hmm. Yeah. But back to you, fun size. Okay, Miss Susie, well, come on through. It took the Lord 9 months to make you. Go ahead and have everybody celebrate you for 28 days. Mm-hmm. 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 But for this next 28 days, you know I'm gonna be blackety black, 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 blackety black. Okay. I'm talking, I'm talking collard greens with neck bones, cornbread, black eyed peas, Kool-Aid made in the ghetto, blackety black. That's the kind of blackety black I'm gonna be. We ain't gonna just be talking about Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King. Oh no, 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 no. I'm gonna enlighten you and educate you on some folks like Nzinga, the beautiful girl queen that took over the Portuguese. Yeah, let's talk about some stuff don't nobody want to talk about. See, slavery was the pause of our greatness. It wasn't the start. It was the pause. Because before those ill will and unhealthy Neanderthals came and stole us over here to this land, according to them. Mm. We was over there bearing the fruits of the true Garden of Eden. And again, before anybody tries to come for me, put all the continents together and tell me what's dead in the middle of it. What other place on earth does everything come from? Every natural resource. Even the people that come from that land. Do you know how much melanin costs per ounce? Okay, y'all not ready to have those types of conversations. But again, happy 365. But back to fun size. I digress. I digress. Um, Baby, get you a good agent and see what they can do for you. Thank you, Tony. Melanin, $450 to $650 per ounce. And you know what? I'm thinking of Southern cornbread. So let me see. Let me see how many ounces is in me. I know this wagon I'm dragging is at least 400K. I know it. I know it. I know it is. It's a lot of melanin. I'm just saying, it's a lot of melanin right here. I don't know. I'm just telling you, I'm 5'11" and thicker than Southern cornbread. I think in that, and thank you, Tony, for looking that up for us, baby. I think in this moment, I am going to identify as a billionaire based on my melanin worth. Yes. So from this moment on, my pronouns are rich black auntie. Okay. Okay. I can't never be serious. I can't never be serious. Oh shoot, that was too cute. I'm serious. That's what I'm identifying as now. Rich black auntie. You heard the facts. 450 to $650 an ounce. Hello. How many ounces y'all got in y'all? That part right there. I like it. Hashtag RBA. See, I knew it was a reason why I was channeling my inner Dominique Devereaux all these years. I ain't been cosplaying. I am who I am. Huh. Say it with your chest. Next time somebody tell you they ask you for some money, you can just tell them I ain't got no cash, but I'm up in that melanin. And looking at your black ass, so are you. Oh my God, I am a mess, a hot mess. Yes, yes, I am. But seriously, for those of you that are in the chat, especially the nieces and nephews that are in here, a good place to start if you would like to. Hello, Morning Star. The same to you, beautiful. If you would like to expand on your knowledge of your community and your culture, um, PBS has an archive of credible and factual documentaries and historical periodic pieces on our people and our history. Um, there is one particular series, Eyes on the Prize. But I say to you, if you're going to watch it, that you do it in bits and pieces because it can be a hard swallow. It can be a hard swallow. But that's a good place to start. Boy, I swear these politicians. Have a wonderful day, Tony. Um, there's several really old and well inventoried black bookstores across this country. You can find them. They have really good periodicals, articles, and history books. And I'm sharing that not just because it's February 1st, but a lot of our younger members of the Black community, they are not aware of a lot of the history. They are not aware of our history. And those of us who have lived through it, have read it, and know it, we are obligated not to gatekeep it, but to preserve it and to enrich those that come behind us. Because you cannot have a destination or future if you do not understand where you come from. So there's that. And though people in this country will marvel and look at the things that we do and be like, oh my God, I didn't know that you could do that. Well, actually, it's in our bloodline. It's in our bloodline. Just go do a little reading and find out who created the mathematical origins that we use in basic arithmetic. So many hundred of thousands patents for just basic everything, everyday things that we used were created by members of our community. So it is well worth educating yourselves about, because I really do believe if more members of our community were aware of the greatness that our history and our culture holds, then their choices for other things may be a little different. Not to say they wouldn't choose the same, but the identity, hey Tam, the self identity, the self love would definitely take a spike up, because we do have a history and a culture that is enriched to the point where you would absolutely fall in love with your community again if only you knew what it is you come from. So there's that. But if anybody is having some happy 365 celebrations and you don't have a plus one and you would like one, I am okay about taking one for the team and participating in the functions that are going to be going on in celebration of us. So I'm just going to put myself out there and let you know I'm available. That's all I'm saying. Okay. I don't eat pork and I don't eat meat, but I do eat all the sides. A girl loves a good batch of sweet potatoes and cabbage and cornbread. I might like to eat, and that's probably why I talk about food. I do. Oh, well, there's that. Okay. Um, I did send out the emails, so everybody, please check your emails. The email is coming from internetfamilyreunion@gmail.com for the link for the watch party. So there's that. Um, did you check your spam, Tanya? Have you watched a watch party with us before, Tanya? Because anybody that's watched a watch party with us, you did? Okay, baby. Well, I'll go back. I will go back and look, because there are some of you who I sent individual ones to. You may not have been in the distribution list, but I will see to it that you get your email today. Hello, Soher. And here's T, guys. Everybody that's watching the game. Oh, good, Carolyn. Everybody that's watching the game on Tuesday, you won't have to mute. I really do want it to be a really fun environment for folks. Yes, we are. So, her, if you DM me your email address, I'll send you the link, babes. So just note this. Um, okay, well, I'm so sorry about that, Tanya. Please DM me your email address, baby. I tried to see that today, and they like yesterday they did the dodgeball, Tammy, and they're not airing those. And it looked like a really fun game. But I bet you if they doing a quarterback accuracy competition, they gonna put that on TV. It just says on Tuesday everything happens. So maybe during the day leading up to the game, they'll be showing it. So it's gonna be on ESPN and Disney Channel. The other thing is, if you're wanting to order Shador's Pro Bowl jersey, you can go to Fanatics. When you type in, um, it's a plain jersey. You just have to pick the name and number that you want on it, and you can. Yes, he did get a fresh cut. Yes, he did. You can also go to store.com and get his two legendary merch, or you can go to Well Off Forever and get the 144, the rejected will be respected. Oh yeah, his daddy is there. We know he there. Okay, thank you, sweetheart. So yeah, there for the people who had sent the emails about the Kevin Girl hoodies and shirts, I sent your emails as well. So there is that. Anybody is in here that's new and wants information on any of the information on the Internet Family Reunion, please DM me your email address and I will send that to you as well. The community give back initiative is going really well. People are really giving, and thank you, thank you, thank you. My goal is hopefully by the time we have the Internet Family Reunion that the cart will be completely empty and we will have sent them everything that's in that box. So there is that. So I'm going to hop off of here. And those of you who are telling me that you need the email, I'm going to go ahead and send that to you. Again, if you want any of the information pertaining to the Internet Family Reunion, DM me your email address and I'll get that out to you as well. Hi, Jay. So, wherever everybody is, I know it is really cold. It is really cold. Um, Let me see what it is here. It is okay. It's getting warm. It was really cold. It had got down to like 33, but it's now up to 50 now. But it's going to go back down tonight. So I'm very excited about the Internet Family Reunion. I cannot wait to meet everybody, have a good time. Oh my God. Yeah, that's cold. Is it snowing there too? Hey, Tish. Oh, okay. Well, it's just cold here in Houston. Ooh, Stephanie, that's real cold, baby. But oh, that's what I really wanted to say. Okay. So for the Internet Family Reunion, the actual reunion part, it is themed. It is themed sundresses and linen. So the ladies, please get your prettiest and most comfortable sundresses. Now let's talk about that for a second, shall we? Because I want to make certain that we all on the same page. And when I say sundresses, I strongly advise, I strongly advise that you do come dressed to impress. You do not know who may show up. I'm gonna just leave it at that. Um, Not the sundress that you fry chicken in and clean up around the house. Not that sundress, please. No. And the gentleman linen. Now here's tea because DM me your email address so her. So here's tea, and I because I respect. I identify as rich black auntie. Other people might identify as other things. So I'm going to say this to everyone who identifies as whomever they identify as. Okay. The theme is sundresses and linen, which means we're wearing sundresses and linen. I am not the boss of anyone. There may be some ladies who want to wear linen. You may. There may be some young men who want to wear a sundress. Just come dressed to the nines in whichever way you decide you want to do it. That's all I'm saying. Well, I'm not picking a winner game. I can tell you that right now. I'm not picking a winner game. No, because you okay, in all fairness and honesty, so her, you have to have these conversations because some people they hear they hear what they want to hear versus what's the truth. And I think I have done a really good job in making my page and this chat group very welcoming and open. So I don't want anybody to take something I said and it be the wrong way. So that's why you have to clarify it. If some of the ladies don't want to wear sundresses and they want to wear linen, there you have it. And some of the young men who might, people identify as what they identify as, and I respect it. I respect it. I don't want anybody to feel unincluded. I am inclusive. I am part of a demographic that's always getting counted out. So I clearly would never treat other people that way. And I want people to hear it out my mouth. So you ain't got to go back. I heard Diva said, no, you didn't hear Diva said that because Diva said what she said. The theme is sundresses and linen, and you are free to wear what works for you. As long as you in the theme, okay. That part right there. Just come to impress. Yes, because what I'm telling you, listen to what I'm saying to people, okay? And this is really going to be for the folks who are like, is it too late for me? Is it too late for me to pay? And we've only been screaming about this forever. It's now February 1st. You got 27 days to make your deposit. I would strongly advise come dressed to impress because you just don't know who might be there. And I'm going to leave it at that. So we are waiting on them to announce the schedule dates. What? I When you send me your email address, boo, I'm gonna send you everything that'll tell you where and what to click on. Now, what? What you talking about? Good. What? I said what I said. I gave you everything you needed to know. I might be, but I'm giving you tea. Don't miss the deposit and don't come looking mammy tammy. That's all I'm saying. Oh no, who gonna be there? Hmm. So there's that. Okay, my love. So I am going to all the time, boo. All the time. Like I'm really not sinky because one, I just I don't know how to do I don't know how to do none of that. I just, you know, I drop little kibbles and bits. Try to give you the benefit of a heads up. So I'm going to get off this horn so that I can study a little bit before my little buddy wakes up. But everybody, it's always a blast coming in here and chatting it up with everybody. Um, it's the beginning of the week. It is the beginning of this country's acknowledgement of our history. And what I would task everyone, especially any of you who have had an opportunity to be exposed, cultured, or educated about our rich history, make it a point to pass it forward, pay it forward, and share something with one of these young, one of our young people. Put some gems in their mental treasure. And regardless of whatever they may do with it, it is our job to continue to preserve our culture and our history. And it dies with us if we do not pass it on. So remember that. All right, my loves. It is Sunday, beginning of the week. Let's go do great things. We up, we winning. It is a beautiful new day. Nephew is healthy and strong. The rest of the nephews are relaxing and enjoying their off season. We're about to enjoy a phenomenal Pro Bowl week as well as Super Bowl next Sunday. So, as always, my loves, protect your peace and your mental health.